Okay, let's talk about early stage defense from Armbar when my hands are still locked. Now, let's talk about top hand post, okay, with the head in the center. And a figure four. Now, this is a very common scenario, a situation maybe you land here from mount, or from maybe you were in close guard and you had a figure four and you get swept to bottom position. Be that as it may, you find yourself here. Super common position. If you had a strong figure four, you want to have your fingers popping out on this side and your fingers gripping the triceps. You don't want to have a weak bite on your biceps. You want to go and grab the triceps, and you want to go and with this hand you want to go and grab the quad. Now, because he has a top hand post and a head on the center, it's going to be fairly easy to sit him up. Okay. Now, this is a position that you see all the time, especially at beginner's level. People just start sitting up. Okay. So I start creating movement by lifting my knee, my legs, and I start pendulum up, and I start taking him in that direction because he doesn't have a post. So I start coming up, and we're here. At this point, I need to properly come up. So I want to take my legs and walk backwards so that now I can start coming up. Okay. Now I put a knee next to his head to block so that he doesn't spin underneath, and I raise my knee right in behind his tailbone like this. So we find ourselves in this position. Turn again. Now, the issue with a figure four is that I am over wedged into place. I need to keep his knees down while I rise. If I rise here, I won't ever be able to strike my arm because I'm so over wedged. So the solution is fairly simple. I just want to quickly build height and putting my knee, inserting it behind his knee. To do this, I want to put my weight on top of my heels so that my knee slides in. Now there's a knee-elbow connection. At this point, I can start letting him carry my weight, and I could just open my figure four and just strike my arm because it doesn't have a purchase on my back. Now, let's go again from here. His whole thing will be to keep this as tight as possible up there and back heel. Exactly. That's going to be his thing. I need to insert my knee behind here in the back of his knee. So he's going to stay tight with the back heel. I'm going to start building height, and if he's tight enough, it's going to be hard for me to insert my knee unless I don't bring my weight back and pummel my knee inside. At this point, I start driving in. I can keep his knee to his chest, the other knee to his chest with my figure four hand, and now I control the distance between his knee. When he goes to get a tap, there's nothing there. Even if I just literally let go, it's going to be very hard for him to stretch his hips to get a tap. Okay? So I control and I literally just strike. From this position, there are a few things that I could do. What I would recommend is to use my hand to scoop his leg and to start bringing my head onto this shoulder, having a diagonal control, like so. And now I'm in a leg track situation. There's loads of things that I can do, but the point is the same, that I'm back into an offensive cycle. Okay? So once more, I have a figure four. He has a top hand post with the hand in the center, and I start coming up, bring my legs out of the way, and come up. Knee next to his head, knee in my tailbone, in his tailbone. Now I start coming up, weight on my heel, insert my knee and drive until I can just safely extract my arm. I switch and now I drag. And now I can start driving with my head into his far shoulder, into a strong leg drag position. Now, we're talking about a position in which he has still a top hand post, but now he's leaning onto the post. Now, this is a problem because when I go, even if I have a figure four, when I go to sit him up, his whole weight, he's up north. So when I go to sit him up, if you understand what he's doing, it's going to be pretty hard because I'm fighting his whole body weight leaning north. So understand that if your partner is good and has a top hand post and he's leaning north, a figure four will not get you out of here. Okay? You have to proactively switch to a 10 finger grip. This looks very scary because it's intrinsically less robust. There's a very easy and somewhat scary trade-off here. Figure four feels very good. Feels like you can ride out the entire match here. But it doesn't get you out. Okay? We want to get out. As I said many times, if you're winning on points and there are 5 seconds on the clock, just ride it out. Keep a figure four and just wait until the clock saves you. Okay? But understand, if you want to get out and he's leaning north with a top hand post, a figure four will not get you out. You have to proactively, as scary as it might be, switch to a 10 finger grip so that now you can start hitting small bridges and pummeling your elbow underneath his heel. Now you create a knee elbow connection and you deliver his leg into your legs. Okay? And now I control the distance between his knees, which is a constant topic throughout this whole armbar series. I need to control the space between his knees. If I can do that, I can safely extract my arm. If I don't do that, every time I try to extract my arm, I get broken. So from here, there's a bunch of things that I can do. I can regain a figure four and start clearing the crossface, for example. And now I can just flick my arm through and there's nothing there. Or from here, I can still keep this. I can physically just open up here. When he gets to get a tap from here, I can just physically move away. Okay? So once more, he has this, I have a figure four, he leans north, proactively open, bridge, until I punch my elbow in. Knee elbow connection and I deliver. If you're a little bit more advanced, you can hook his leg with yours. Okay, it's a little bit better because it doesn't expose you to leg locks later on. Okay, and it's just easier to pass and whatnot. If you're a beginner, this is more than enough. If you're a little bit more advanced, hook your leg with a butterfly hook and lock it here. And at this point, you can start clearing. You can get a figure four and clear. You can just start raising, punching 2 knees in and start clearing. And now you start going straight into passes. There are loads of things that you can do, but the point is you're out and you're looking good because you can control where his leg goes. Understand, as a final remark, that you can use a 10 finger grip either reactively or proactively. So what do I mean by this? Either I just simply find myself with a 10 finger grip and he has a top hand post, whatever the case might be, even if he has a top hand post with the head on the center and I just get caught, as it were, in a 10 finger grip, I'm going to have to do this. Or I can switch, but sometimes this is not possible. Okay, there's so much tension that I just need to get out because otherwise I get broken. Okay, or so reactively, as it were, or I can proactively switch to a 10 finger grip and go into my escape. Okay, so understand that you can do both. If you get caught into a 10 finger grip and that's what you have to work with, you punch in. If you have a figure 4 and he has a head leaning north, you switch and you go.